We are anonymous.
Hello, citizens of the world. I want to talk about a troubling subject today, one that has affected each and every one of us in one way or another. We ourselves may have been affected, or someone we know. People try to make excuses for it or even not take it seriously. But it is serious. It affects our young and old alike, the rich, the poor. No one is exempt from it. It can come in many forms, and this is the many forms of bullying. Bullying is the use of force, threat, or coercion to abuse, intimidate, or aggressively dominate others. The behavior is often repeated and habitual. One essential prerequisite is the perception, by the bully or by others, of an imbalance of social or physical power, which distinguishes bullying from conflict. Behaviors used to assert such domination can include verbal harassment or threat, physical assault or coercion, and such acts may be directed repeatedly towards particular targets. Rationalizations of such behavior sometimes include differences of social class, race, religion, gender, sexual orientation, appearance, behavior, body language, personality, reputation, lineage, strength, size, or ability. Collective bullying is known as mobbing, and can include any of the individual types of bullying. Physical, verbal, and relational bullying are most prevalent in primary school and could also begin much earlier whilst continuing into later stages in individuals' lives. It is stated that cyberbullying is more common in secondary school than in primary school. Studies have shown that envy and resentment may be motives for bullying. Self-esteem of bullies has produced equivocal results. While some bullies are arrogant and narcissistic, they can also use bullying as a tool to conceal shame or anxiety or to boost self-esteem, by demeaning others. The abuser feels empowered. There is a growing body of research which indicates that individuals, whether child or adult, who are persistently subjected to abusive behavior are at risk of stress-related illness which can sometimes lead to suicide. Even though there is evidence that bullying increases the risk of suicide, bullying alone does not cause suicide. Those who have been the targets of bullying can suffer from long-term emotional and behavioral problems. Bullying can cause loneliness, depression, anxiety, lead to low self-esteem and increased susceptibility to illness. Bullying has also been shown to cause maladjustment in young children, and targets of bullying who were also bullies themselves exhibit even greater social difficulties. You, yourself might have bullied someone without knowing it. You might have sent a social media message to someone, or been intimating to someone, maybe even in the workplace, made someone feel they are being bullied without knowing it. Maybe your child feels bullied by you, and that be the start of them becoming a one themselves, as they think it is okay. But it is not okay. Although we know that we cannot fully stop bullying, we can educate our children to know how to identify it, or if they, or one of their friends are doing it, and try to minimize the effect. We need to let people know it is okay to speak to someone if it is happening to them, or our children to speak up if it happens to them or someone they know. Whether it be online bullying or at home or even outside the home, we must speak up. Some have argued that being a target of bullying can teach a child how to manage disputes and boost their ability to interact with others, and that teachers should not intervene, but leave children to respond to the bullying themselves. Authority figures can play an important role, such as parents in child or adolescent situations, or supervisors, human resources staff or parent bodies in workplace and volunteer settings. Authority figures can be influential in recognizing and stopping bullying behavior, and creating an environment where it doesn't continue. In many situations, however, people acting as authority figures are untrained and unqualified, do not know how to respond, and can make the situation worse. In some cases, the authority figures even support the people doing the bullying, facilitating it continuing and increasing the isolation and marginalizing of the target. Some of the most effective ways to respond are to recognize that harmful behavior is taking place, and creating an environment where it won't continue. People that are being targeted have little control over which authority figures they can turn to and how such matters would be addressed. So we need to create a passive approach to this, and start by looking at ourselves and how we manage situations. No one deserves this treatment, and everyone deserves to have friends and feel safe wherever they are. Now it's time to think, what can you do to help? If we can stop this in the early years of someone's life, maybe it will reduce the amount of domestic violence in later life. We can all make a change. Let's start today. Thank you for your time.